Hello, hello.
Hey, hey,
So
what's happening? What's happening?
we are live for the very first time, side by side. And my
That's
name
right.
is Coach D. Michelle, also known as Dina Newman, by the way. I go by affectionately or creatively, I should say, by Trinity, hence the reason why this is called the Matrix, right, of Yin and Yang. And then my colleague Jay,
Right.
feel free to introduce yourself.
I am Coach J, aka Morpheus, representing the Yang side of things. I am an energy medicine practitioner specializing in using energy, frequency, and vibration to heal the body, mind, and spirit.
Mhm. And then one of the other things that we have in common is that we're both Reiki masters. Whoop, whoop.
Right,
And
that's right. Energy medicine.
you got it. In addition to that skill set, I'm also an online spiritual life coach and also a psychic intuitive channeler. And so, with that, now, what you see at the very bottom of our logo, it says, yes, the matrix of yin and yang, though it also states a dynamic duo. Now, what could that mean? Maybe I should just hold my pinky up for those who may know what this
ah,
represents. I'm a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Just want to say a sweet salve to
aha.
the sorors. And Jay,
Of course, the first A5A. You
you
already know.
you got it. So that's one aspect in which we are the dynamic duo, right? Or the divine duo instead. Though we've come
Yeah.
here not to represent or reflect strictly on our social organizations. We're here to represent that of the divine, the spirit within ourselves. So
Correct.
remember, everyone who's here, you are a spiritual being first and foremost, having a human experience second. Jay, you want to elaborate on that?
Exactly. Well, because we are, since you said we're spiritual um, beings first, having a human experience, that leads me to go into the definition of the spirit and the soul,
Now?
because we are essentially a spirit. Now, when the spirit that we are is housed in this physical body, we become a soul. So that's the difference in the spirit and the soul. So as you said, we are spiritual having a physical experience.
You've got it. So being spiritual beings, first and foremost, right? That must mean that we
Mhm.
are what? What does that sign on your wall say? We're energy,
Ah, e- energy is inner chi
inner chi,
all
right?
day long.
So we both have
That's right.
backgrounds within the health sciences, right? So every aspect or genre, I like to say, of the different subcategories of the sciences teaches us that. Everything is chi,
Right.
everything is energy. Without that, there would be nothing. So again, we are here just to be sacred beings in our sacred spaces, just to remind, society that, everything is energy and we have to be mindful of that. And within that mindfulness, do we let that go into one ear, right out the other? Oh, absolutely not.
Of
Guess
course
what?
not. Of course not.
You allow that thought to go out in one ear, out the other. Well, there's a balancing act. And that balancing act is Mother Nature's course, or the great divine, or God, Spirit, Source, Yahweh, however you identify the ultimate ones.
However you want to see it. Yes.
What keeps us in balance and harmony is that of yin and yang while we are here. Okay?
Yin and yang. And speaking of yin and yang, we are here to talk about the matrix of yin and yang. And just to give everybody a brief understanding or a foundation of where we're coming from. First of all, what is a matrix? The matrix is a system that shapes realities around us. And it is based on the way we feel. It's based on our fears. It's based on our desires, expectations, beliefs, and emotions.
And
So what comes from here is shaping our environment, and that's shaping our matrix. So Trinity, you want to talk about the yin and yang of that?
well, I just want to give this disclaimer for those who may have never met me before. My previous clientele, they know what this means. So this is me tugging on my ear. When I do so, I'm hearing in real time, okay? From my spirit guides, from the higher beings, from archangels too. So in that interest of time, I was just tugging on my ear. So while Coach Jay here was just sharing about that intertwinement, my spirit guides were just saying, show them what that means, right? Just simply do this.
That's
Okay.
right. That's right.
Yes. So again, what spirit says to do so, I do so and unapologetically too. Ooh, was it always like that for me? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Pump the brakes. No. So many people may not have known that I've had these spiritual gifts. I've had them all my life. In fact, let me just make this one disclaimer. There is no one out here that is excluded from tapping into their own innate gifts. Ooh, did I say something?
Exactly.
I sure did.
Exactly.
It was a
Exactly.
spiritual sign of confirmation. No one is excluded. Though, what does that requirement mean? Or what does it take in order to tap into that innate souls of ours, that innate self, so to understand and recognize the power that's within? I'm going to speak from
Yeah.
my experience just very briefly. Jay, I know you'll chime in too. It's all about having to
You know
learn.
it.
And let me tell
You
you,
know it.
I didn't learn willingly. I was really knocked down by the universe. I call it the universe put on this full court pressure within my life. Type A personality here. Waking up, have my checklist, things I want to do. You're just happy and believe you checking them off, check them off. Wonderful. Did I take time to breathe? Nope. I was adding more things to my list. Check. Had all of my things, my ducks in a row, so I thought, and then one day,
yeah,
it was a no. And the next day, even though I still saw that no, I kept going and pushing through. Oh, there was something else. It's like, boom. No, you're not going to do that too.
ignoring the signs. Ignoring the signs.
You got it. Why? Because I was all in
Yup.
my mind and my thoughts instead of listening to that of my soul that was saying, no, there's a better way.
Yep.
Even though you have this thing, these checklists and things, I was in survival mode and I was in autopilot with that.
Exactly. And see what that is.
Yes, there's a difference instead.
What you were doing, I mean, just from listening to what you were saying, you were on auto drive going one direction. You were focused in one direction. But the thing is, that's out of balance. You were out of balance. And we're talking about yin and yang. What is yin and yang? That's all about balance. And before you started that, you mentioned that how do we tap into that intrinsic spirit, where we all can have access to what the gifts that we all have in us, the innate gifts. And it's like what's on the back of my wall, the inner chi, not outer chi, but inner chi, the energy within that's inside. Like we said in the very beginning, we are spiritual beings having a physical experience. So inside this physical body is a spirit, a spiritual being. Inside is an energy. We tap into ourselves.
You've got, and how dare we ignore ourselves? Hear me out. How dare we ignore ourselves? Oh, for those of you who are empaths like I, meaning the old empath way of life that I used to live, I ignored myself unintentionally. It was based out of ignorance, right? Hear what I'm saying? My book that is soon to be published later on this year is affectionately entitled An Empath Gone Mad. Based loosely on my life, right?
Yeah.
So many things that society was saying that I should be acquiring, things I should be doing. I was going, checking my list based on what society says, in addition to, my own upbringing.
Boom.
So there was a lot of programming.
According to society.
A lot of programming that was innate within me, not innate. It was ingrained into me from way young into adulthood. This is why I was in autopilot with that. Never taking time for myself, knocking it out the park with things that I thought I was supposed to be doing. Let me tell you, kids, what I'm doing these days was not on my radar at all. Though the reason why the universe was me in that full court pressure, because I wasn't listening. I wasn't paying attention. I was missing every sign, and those signs come to us with such gracefulness and subtleties. They are easy to be missed when we ingrain ourselves and loop ourselves around our whole lives. Society says, instead of taking a step back and listening, feeling,
but see,
that energy.
When we do that, we have to step outside of the picture and look at it from the frame point of view. Because just from what you were saying, we're talking about the matrix, right? Now, your matrix, the matrix is a system that's shapes our realities based on our fears and feelings, desires, and expectations. You just said that you were doing your checklist according to who? Not you, but society. So what society was setting your expectations.
Yeah.
They were setting your beliefs. They were basically setting your emotions, telling you how to feel about this or how to feel about that. How do they do that? The news. That's just one example. And I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole because it can be a long one, but that's one example of society shaping our beliefs, our emotions, what we attach our emotions to. Society is saying, hey, attach your emotions to that. Everything external, but not internal.
That is correct. And I will let you know, my spirit guides guide me with everything that I do, everything that I say, including everything that I wear. This is thriving. It's almost like the whole thought process out the door. It's like, just relax. You know it. That didn't come naturally to me, Jay. Being type A, oh no. When that full court pressure hit, I was like, what is this? Depression was setting in, right? You know what knocked me out of that funk? Is when I started
Was
realizing
that?
epiphany hit me. And also I tell people all the time, it's like an innate switch got flipped inside of me that said, pay attention, kid.
Mm-hmm.
Pay attention to what life is. My life had to be forcefully slowed down. Hear what I'm saying? Why I have to get to that level? Hear us now. Pay attention to those subtleties, those signs. There were times where I would wake up in the middle of the night because I used to be a cardiovascular perfusion, a retired one. So, I was on call and young mom, all these things. I was zipping in here to and fro. Very rewarding occupation. Till that one day, my soul said, mm-mm. I walked into the OR during an emergency case. I got there before the rest of the team arrived. It was cold, lights were bright. And I remember standing in the middle of the OR thinking, this isn't right. This isn't where I'm to retire from. It was almost like, what am I doing here? That was the feeling.
Exactly.
Did I stop then? Absolutely not. Oh no, I'm a mom. How can we go down to one income? Oh my goodness, type A gone insane.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And see,
I kept doing my thing. The universe gave me another reason to stop until finally I herniated not one, two discs in my lumbar spine for no reason. Why? Well, there was a reason.
and that how the way everybody's awakening to that is different. A lot of people call theirs, that's what the term the dark night of the soul, for those of you that can refer to that. Now, the dark night of the soul is when your soul speaks to you. Like I said, you are a spirit inside of a body, which makes you a soul. But when your soul has that dark night, it's literally walking through the dark at night. Mentally at nighttime, walking through the dark. And you only get to that dark place when you keep ignoring the signs of your spirit saying, hey, this is who I am, this is who we are, listen to this, listen to this, listen to this. But like Trinity was saying, I keep calling you Trinity now, so I'm looking at it, so okay. So like Trinity was saying, I'm just checking off that list, but the list was given to her by society. So we should have two lists. Have a list by society which is just a reference. Mm-hmm. So we are in society, but we're not of society. So we're here having that societal experience, but we should be living according to our own list. She only had one list she was going down, ignoring, just checking off this, checking off that, checking off this, checking off that. But ignoring the signs, each time you ignore a sign, it gets darker and darker and darker and darker until finally what happens spiritually affects you physically. And it's going to be some type of physical experience. I had a dark night of the soul where I had some serious pain. I didn't like it. I ignored life. I ignored my calling so much that God literally put me down. Didn't sit me down, but put me down. Wasn't good. But it was good when I got it.
At that time, you felt it wasn't good. And I was just going to elaborate on that. When that darkness comes through, embrace that.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Don't fear it. Embrace it. It's there to balance you, to reharmonize you, to get you back into what I call that homeostasis of Zen from within, right? Yeah. So again, the yin and the yang, the dark and the light, all of that is life.
Yeah. Okay?
It is life.
Darkness is a reality check. That's all it is. Exactly. Your fears, they're reality checks. They keep you in check, keep you in line.
Correct. And when we're in the midst of that darkness, know that there's always light there. There's always light within the darkness. Perhaps that darkness came so that you can see that light. Perhaps you were that individual that was just what I like to call that Charlie Brown syndrome, right? Everybody remember the Peanuts scene. Charlie Brown, he made a mistake. Woe is me. Woe is me.
Right,
No.
right.
Okay. What you say, you become. The universe is listening. It will respond. What I'm trying to say to you is that if you choose to live a life that's filled with doom and gloom based on what you say is energy. Your thoughts are energy. What you read is energy too. What you watch on television is energy. Which my own spirit guides say, no TV today, no news today. Oh, you know what? Let's watch a cooking show. Even when there's some major catastrophe that's happening around the globe, right? Keep your mind focused on what needs to be done. That focus is you, hon. You. As they say, you are the process. No, they say you trust the process. I'm here to let you know you are the process. Pay attention to what your soul is saying, and you will arrive to thrive in no time.
All of that, what you just said, is shaping your own matrix. It is shaping your system. It's shaping your, it's a system that's shaping your reality. So when we're talking about the matrix of yin and yang, there's a balance there. We're talking about dark and light. We're talking about a systematic, a societal checklist and your innate checklist. There are two sides to everything. That's the universal law of polarity. We have two sides. So we have to stay balanced. So the yin and yang, bottom line.
It doesn't play. It's who we are. It's innate. So,
and it's ongoing. It doesn't stop.
It is ongoing. And in fact, let me say this. Once we arrive to thrive and we are courageous enough. I'm speaking from experience. Had these steps. So nonetheless, was I ready to share it with the world? No. Why? Well, based on society says, oh, how can she have these gifts? Oh, is that taboo? Oh, all this fear.
Yeah.
So one day the universe took me to and fro. Once I mastered one gift, guess what? Another gift opened up. I was like a kid in a candy store. Did it all happen overnight? Absolutely not. I had to be trained by my spirit guide. So when they let me know that I've mastered one thing, then they peacefully let me enter into another full force of fun, right? And I say it is fun because when you learn how to live this life, and especially when you are courageous enough to look back at a multitude of traumas you've endured along the way. When you do not take the time to learn from those traumas, I don't care how far back, if you were in utero like when they all got started from childhood, all the I had to go back and reflect on every one of those and learning the ultimate lesson from them, because if I did not do so, guess what? Universal law says they will be repeated again and generationally too. So breaks on that. It can stop there with you.
And when you don't pay attention to that, and those traumas, you don't learn from those, like I said, those are emotional, those are spiritual, but they affect your physical body.
Correct.
And then they manifest as high blood pressure, depression, or your your systems start to shut down. Why? Because you are ignoring the system. You are ignoring your innate system. So when on the inside, you don't listen to it, it's knocking. It's knocking from the inside. You're going to start feeling that knock.
Until it comes to the physical part. And then we have all these elements, right? Modern day medicine now states that over 90% of all ailments, hear me out, kids, 90% of all ailments are now known as psychosomatic. And what does that mean? Due to mismanagement of stress. S-T-R-E-S-S. And stress comes from what? Not listening.
Right.
The one thing that will never lie to you, or one entity, that'll be your body. Your body never lies. Trust yourselves.
To take that a step further, stress is emotional. So what is emotion? Energies in motion. When your energies are either in motion or not in motion, or in motion going the wrong direction.
You hit the nail on the head.
They're in motion going the wrong direction. Now, they can be in motion, but out of balance. You got to have your energies in motion, in balance. When they are when they are in balance, when they are in balance, everything is flowing perfectly. Your chi, your energy, it is flowing. When that happens, your response time to things, the way you respond to things, boom, no problem. Your reaction time, boom, works out well. You are on key with your thoughts. You are not sluggish. You're not walking around with emotional weight. You see people all the time who are not balanced in their yin and yang. The yin and yang is not balanced. How do you know them when you see them? Because they're walking around, they look like they have bricks on their shoulders and a big bowling ball on the back of their neck like this.
Oh,
that's the way they look.
We were not sitting here to be like that. No.
Yes. So they're carrying emotional weight because they are out of balance. They didn't build that in the internal, they're not checking off that internal list. Like what Trinity was saying, when she opened up that list and checked off the first one or the first gift, what happened? The universe gave her another gift. What she's doing is checking off that list, that other list, not society's list, but the innate list. She's checking that off every time. Now, the inside told her, look, we got work to do. Pull out this list, let's check it off, and let's go be about our business, who we are here on earth to be.
You got it. And again, like I said to you before, even though I have, this over 20 years of decades worth of sciences, right? I love sciences. Man, I majored in biology, Kentucky State University, thoroughbred country. All right. Majored in biology, became a cardiovascular perfusionist, have a master's degree in health communications. I also have a master's degree in public health. Health is a part of my life. It's my history. I had no idea that there was an aspect of health I was not learning along the way. Hear me out, kids. We were learning things so compartmentalized, right? Well, now, when my spirit guides came through, let me show you how to learn the sciences through spirit form, right? Spirituality, spirit's been here for eons, from the beginning of time. Modern day science has been here for roughly over 200 years. It takes its time, but nonetheless, it works in harmony. Science is like an open portal for you to start exploring more. Then when you take the time to do so, that more is within you. I say that when I started taking my Reiki classes, right? I told Coach Jay this, aka Morpheus. I told him about my Reiki 1 experience. Here I was, left-brained, had all these sciences in my mind. I'm in there, my fellow cohorts, and I'm like this, what's this? Really? There was a part of me that kind of peeked in. I was like, okay, that makes sense. Really? Maybe. Finally, it hit me. It hit me one day. Yeah, meditation works amazingly, right? When you're peaceful inside, you see clarity and with ease. What came to me, revelation was that, oh my gosh, the chakras or the chakras are parallel to the central nervous system. Whoa, oh my goodness. Guess what this one did? Geeked out. I love the sciences, started exploring more about spirituality. People started coming to your pathway. This is how the universe flows. Didn't realize that I was on a full force throttle becoming a Reiki master, let alone my own gifts, let alone teaching it now too. And when I teach these things, I do so from the aspect of holisticness, not just compartmentalizing. For example, our 7 chakras are, like I said to you before, parallel to our central nervous system, right?
Our energy centers,
Got it. I teach people to understand each chakra's position and where they are regionally in regards to the body. Think about where each chakra lies, meaning here the group or the cluster organs in which they're there to govern the inside. So again,
they govern, each one governs a system.
Innately within, exploring more, and watch, just like my spiritual pathway, when you start questioning now, the universe will provide you with more and more.
Let me interject. I'm looking at the comments. Wow, I love the discussion. This makes a lot of sense. So, and for those of you that are watching and those that will watch the replay, if you want to get to the point of being spiritually attuned, and Trinity, she affectionately mentioned meditation. Now, the easiest way, a lot of people say meditation is hard. So let me just give you a slight clue or hint. Right now, your 5 senses are picking up everything outside of your body. They are picking up what you hear, see, taste, smell, and feel is everything outside of your body. Meditation, you close your eyes. You turn all those 5 senses inward. What you want to do is inwardly hear what's going on inside. Listen to your spirit. Feel your spirit. Smell what's going on inside. That may sound crazy, but try it. Try it. When you focus everything on the inside, you focus all your 5 senses on the inside, your energies will flow there and tap into your innate spirit. Then you start knocking on that door. you'll start knocking on the inside. Once you do that, how does the saying go? Where your focus goes, your energy flows. You focus on your inside, focus on the spirit of who you are. Close your eyes and just look at pure darkness. And you just ask the question, who am I? Focus on listening for that answer, hearing that answer, feeling, smelling, whatever that answer is. You focus on that. It will come to you. So that's a good start for you.
And speaking of old sayings, right? One just came to my mindset, this dynamic mantra. When the student is ready, the teacher will arrive. Let me tell you, kids,
Definitely.
the teacher is or are your spirit guides via that of your soul. Hear me out.
Yes. Yes.
Out. It is real. And in fact, I used to meditate on that, thinking like, how do we define what is real? Another epiphany during meditation time, right? For me, I understood. I was like, oh my gosh, this is what a kid in a candy store. Every time I wake up, it's like Christmas Day. I'm like, what are we going to learn today? What are we getting into? Where are we going? Who are we going to discover? It's just so innate how you thrive. Though what I'm here to guide you and understand is that when you are ready, yes, the spirit guides will be there. They're always ready. They never left your side from the day that you came from the heavens above down here. They're just been waiting on you like,
they have been waiting for us to
what they're saying. Oh, still carrying these belts. When are you oh man, all right. We're still here. They're still in their way. Their energy is not flowing for us to come down with ease. And the way that we get in our own way, it's not just through fear. No, fear is a primary feeling. We have to understand what fear actually means so that we do not go down the rabbit hole of secondary emotions. Hear what I'm saying? The secondary emotions of fear is that of worry. After that is in this order, self-doubt. In that order, then it comes depression. In that order comes anxiety. When we do not control that, we start thinking about taking our lives. Oh, no. No.
Yeah.
No.
We go down that bad rabbit hole.
Reel it on back. Let me let you know what the energy of the feeling of fear is and what it means. I learned this from the great divine. When you feel fear, that means change is coming. Whether that change is something that is innate within you, within your environment, within your mindset. Again, hear me out. Your mind is your primary environment. Okay. Then you have this body, right? Whatever needs to be changed in your life, whether it be a job change or whatever, a relationship change, follow that change without fearfulness. And I tell people, I've learned to live fearlessly. I'm still human. What does that mean? It means today I fear less and less and less. I'm not completely without fear. Absolutely not. I live fearlessly, not allowing it to go down secondary pathways. Yes.
So let me say this. As far as listening to your spirit guides, that is how this world has been shaped. Okay, the major players in the game of society, they understand this whole thing. They understand energy. So what they do, I mean, that's how inventions come about. Think about it. The iPhone. Steve Jobs went into meditation for the iPhone. Straight up meditation. Everybody on his staff told him, no, we're going to stick with this iPod and let that work. We're not going to try to do a phone with it. No. He got that idea from meditation. He went inside. Nobody outside of him gave him that information. So that is what I'm talking about. When you tap into who you are, tap into your inside, your intrinsic, your inner chi, that's where your energy is. And so he tapped into it, brought it out. And what happened? He became everything he does great. Everything you get from the greatness, from the great one, is greatness coming out of you. So it just exudes. And so you see the pedestal he was on. Why? Because he went inside to pull it out.
And he trusted
and share with society.
He knew. Before I heard the bell, the one thing I want to say is this: what I share with my clientele while they're learning about more their chi, who they are, how they need to feel and embrace what these different feelings mean, right? I tell everyone, be mindful, be courageous enough to understand and cautious too when the energy that you are carrying does not belong to you. How many of you have walked inside of a room and you just felt, oh, what was that?
Okay. Okay, you know what? I got to stop you. I got to stop you because we got to put
No,
a pin. That's a whole nother episode, okay? But right now we got 5 minutes to give some takeaways and some assignments. So we
yes,
got five
Morpheus.
minutes for
Got
that.
it.
We're gonna save that for the next episode.
You got it. Lots of juicy stuff to
So
share. This is why we'll be doing this at this time, Jay. I understand this is a
yeah,
Q&A.
every month.
If anyone has questions, we love to.
Well, not just yet. We got to give them takeaways. We
Oh,
got 3
nice.
takeaways to give them first.
Always give homework
Yeah.
assignments, right?
Yeah. What I want to give everybody is if you haven't started meditating, just set a timer, 60 seconds to just focus on the inside. Focus on who you are. Close your eyes. That way you won't be distracted by anything outside. Close your ears. Get into a closed space where you won't hear or be distracted, and just say, who am I? What am I here to do? What greatness is inside of me that I can pull out? And just listen. Turn all your 5 senses inward to gather the answer, and then act on what you hear, see, feel, taste, and smell from within. That's the assignment that I'm giving. Go ahead.
Absolutely, right? So I would piggyback love to challenge everyone to just embrace their feelings. Okay. Trust some people will say they trust their gut. You're more than just your gut. Okay. Give your gut a break.
Yeah.
There's so many other aspects of you. Gut is like, wait, we've given you all these other signs too. Take the time as you are receiving your very first assignment from Jay in that same mantra. Take the time to feel. When you're out and about in your day, here, now my guys, go ahead, give them this tidbit. Here's a juicy one, right? Love giving juicy assignments. When you are out and maybe filled with doubt, temporarily, right? I say that temporarily until you know what's inside of you. You already have the tools that you need to navigate this life and thrive. My friends, I am going to ask you to arrive to the fact of understanding what a yes feels like to you. Ooh, hear what I'm saying? And then what a no feels like. This is what I give my students for assignments, right? For example,
Ooh-wee.
I ask people to close their eyes and just ask a question where they know a yes response should be received. Where exactly do you
Ooh-wee.
feel that? Okay, where is that yes? Captivate on that. Then ask the opposite, right? Ask a question where you know it's a definite no, N-O. Where is that no found? I'll let you know
See,
where
now you're
mine
getting
is.
it.
What's that?
See that's shamanism 101 you're
Well,
getting
that's
into now.
energy. It's energy. It's
Yeah,
shamanism.
it is. It is.
It's Reiki.
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
everything. You
Mm-hmm.
know, every
Yeah,
culture has its own aspect, but nonetheless, it's all energy healing at play, my friends. It's all
it
energy.
is.
We're getting it down to the sciences, down to the facts, down to the nitty gritty of the
Yeah.
basics, the simplification of life. That's how we thrive. Remove all the fluff and the stuff. Stop
That's
compartmentalizing
it.
things and just live life more holistically. Embrace that assignment. I can't wait to hear some feedback maybe next month. Have you all identified your
Um,
yes and your no, your energetic no responses?
okay. Well, we still got another 2 minutes on this, but
Okay.
I don't see any questions. I guess we didn't put it out there that they could ask questions. So does anybody have any questions? If you do, go ahead and type a question in, and we will definitely tackle that question. But in the meantime, Keith Goodman, thank you for showing up. Lisa, Dr. Shell, Verna Littleton, I appreciate you. You love the discussion. It's been embraced. Rod Reed, thank you, man. It's all love, all love.
Wonderful. Oh, wait, Jay. I think we only provided 2 assignments.
Oh yeah, we gave one apiece. You want to do a third, or
Let's see.
I mean it's
I'm going to lean on my spirit guys to see what they're going to say right now.
okay. Oh, questions are coming out now. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
give the third assignment and we can pick it. We can hit. There are 2 questions that came out that I want to hit. One is from Rod Reed and one is from Verna Littleton. So we
My
can definitely do that.
the third assignment my guys are saying right now, verbatim in my ear. Learn more about who you are, dears, and never be afraid. You are not alone. You are of God, and that's powerful. Embrace it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. You get that, Rod? You just told me we missed one. That was it right there. But you can look at the playback.
Yep.
So there are two questions, Trinity. The first one is how do you work on your energy? And the second one is how can I learn more about meditation?
Mm, okay. Which one should we work
Um,
on first?
let's do ladies first. Let's do Verna's first.
Okay.
Verna Littleton. She asks, how do you work on your energy?
Well, one good way I can say that. So when we work on ourselves, meaning that of our energy, right? It's all about increasing the vibration, right? When we work on ourselves, we are lightening our load, hint, hint, wink, wink, decluttering. That's the
Yeah.
very first basis of clearing out your energy or working on
You know,
yourself. Whether that's
walking around hunchback with a bowling ball on your neck.
well, even it even starts before we work on our mindsets, right? Because we can declutter thoughts in our mind to us. Well, that's a whole nother subject matter to talk about the subconsciousness. That'll be for
Yeah.
another time. Though what I will say is this: if you have your environmental space, right, whether it be your home or something like that, you walk into a room, you see clutter, you organize it. Doesn't that feel great to your energy? It actually lightens the load and you can actually feng shui things. You can feel the energy flow. Again, everything is energy, right? Things are energy. When we move that
Can I
debris
piggyback on that?
out, yes, sure.
Let me piggyback on that. When you said clutter and debris, that triggered something.
Okay.
And the thing is, our external world, our environment, or our matrix is a physical representation of what's going on the inside, on the inside of us. So exactly. So if there's clutter going on up here, you more than likely going to be the one with that cluttered closet or that trunk. You pop the trunk and it's cluttered, full of everything, or your house is cluttered. And so once you decide in your mind that I need to organize, straighten out, because like I said, everything is energy. You straighten out your thoughts, organize yourself, organize your thoughts, organize yourself because you are energy. You work on your energy, you work on yourself. So
Correct.
you organize that, and it expands to your outer world.
Getting back to some of the revelation and the pathway that I had as I was sharing with you, type A, learning all these things as a kid, learning, having to learn how to let go. Though the one thing that we need to do so in order to increase the vibration of our chi, right? Be willing to learn, be equally willing to unlearn, than to learn it again via your soul guiding you instead of society, right? So things that you may have learned along the way that
Awesome.
may feel, maybe this isn't for me right now within this time of frame of my life, it's okay. Be free to let go of that, all right? You want to start some new traditions, make it your own. Hun, it is a canvas and you are the artist, hun. That's how we increase our vibration, right? So again, we'll get into more of the mental, the psychological aspects of that at another time. So that's why I wanted to start, with chunks, right? The things that we can tangibly see and say, oh, you know what? Let me move this over here. Let me move that over here. Let me get rid of that. I haven't used this in 10 years. Why is it still here collecting dust? Move. All right.
Okay. I don't want to ignore the other questions, so we still got, and Verna, I hope that answered your question. We gave a lot of good information on how to work on your own energy. So the next question is from Rod Green, who's tuning in from LinkedIn. Verna is tuning in from Facebook, so Rod is tuning in from LinkedIn. And it says, how can I learn more about meditation? So learning more about meditation. Now, the thing is, meditation is, that's the way I look at it. From growing up in church, you hear a lot of times prayer, meditation, prayer, meditation. Well, prayer is, my spiritual understanding is that prayer
Morpheus, just
is,
one sec. Your voice is distorted. I just saw it in the thread.
Uh-oh.
I'm beginning to hear it too. Now, say one more thing.
Is it better?
Yeah, much better. I don't know what you just
Okay.
did. Morpheus
Okay,
is
no
back, y'all.
problem.
All right.
So let me repeat that.
If you wouldn't
Now,
mind, yes, thank
Rod,
you.
your question was how can I learn more about meditation? So the way my spiritual understanding of meditation is this. I grew up in church and I heard the term prayer and meditation. Prayer and meditation, they go together like peanut butter and jelly. So prayer is you talking to the divine. Meditation is the divine talking to you.
Correct.
So that's a flow back and forth. It's a conversation. So start talking to the God within you. You are a spirit.
Let
So
me just get a hand clap for that.
start talking to the God within you.
Power within,
God is in you. God is inside of you, because God is inside of you and it comes out. God is manifested from you in so many ways. Like Steve Jobs, the greatness of God was manifested through that iPhone that was created from the words that he got from the God within. So you go to the God within you and speak. Have the conversation. What is it that you want to know? The meditation is actually you listening to the divine, and you are tuning out society. Turn those five senses inward and tune in to yourself. They're saying I'm still sounding muffled.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
I've been
All
watching.
right.
You're good. You're good, Jay.
Okay. But yeah, just turn those five senses inward, and then you can focus on listening and feeling and hearing and tasting and sensing that answer. That is meditation. So I hope that answered your question, Rod. And like Vernon said, greater is he.
I was just going to say that greater is he that is in me.
Go for it. Go for it. Yeah.
You got it. I'm just going to give her a round of applause for sharing that.
We can.
Is so profound. Sometimes we forget the power that we have within. Why? Because we get it by external forces. People that are trying to put their doom and gloom on top of you. Again, that's the energy that you have to recognize that does not belong to you. Bounce that back, whatever you need, whatever it takes. Know your worthiness inside. Know your chi, right?
Yeah.
And then you can recognize and you can walk freely, right? So again.
Oh yeah.
Take control.
We have actually 90 seconds left. So how do you want to end it?
Oh my.
Yeah. Yeah. A minute and a half.
Well, thankfully this won't be our last conversation. So we're just getting this party started. There's so much more. So much more.
Oh yeah. I actually want to thank everybody that tuned in. This is our first of many episodes, and we're doing this monthly. We're starting this out monthly. This is the third Wednesday.
Third Wednesday of each month. So that's our target.
Yeah.
Yep.
The third Wednesday of every month at 7 p.m., we will be talking about the Matrix of Yin and Yang. And it will be myself, Morpheus, and Trinity. Coach Trinity. and we are going to do this again. We're talking about the spiritual aspects of how to balance our lives, okay? According to our atmosphere and the matrix that we are creating from our own thoughts and feelings.
And also, too, I just want to share that I've had a number of friends who said they couldn't attend today. They were asking me if this is going to be recorded. Yes, it will be recorded. It is being recorded, I should say, and it will be posted. So you won't miss a beat. If you didn't get a chance to take notes or thought they say again, you can always review back. It's always there for you, loves. So thank you so much for being here with us, and we appreciate you.
Right. Thank you. And we look forward to seeing all of you. Be sure to tell somebody else to watch the replay. And then if they want to tune in, encourage them to tune in on the third Wednesday of next month, which will be August, the third Wednesday of August at 7 p.m. Same time, same channels that you all are watching on. And hopefully by that time, we will expand to more channels other than the ones that you're already on.
Sounds like a plan. Well, then, should we sign out of the Matrix? For the meantime, I should say.
Let's sign out.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much. Take care. Love you. Take care of yourselves.
Thank you. Take care, people.